It's time for Dart Talk. Brought to you by TheDartZone.com. Stay in the zone. TheDartZone.com is an official Cosmo distributor and Windy City Fabricators, America's premier fabricators of orthotics and prosthetics. And Redwood Darts, America's newest tungsten darts. Stand straight and tall and hit them all. Redwood Darts. And now, here are your hosts, Mystery Mark and Steve P.
Okay, welcome to Dart Talk.
Hello.
It's another Wednesday.
So are we late or are we early? Because we said 8:45, but now it's 8:43, so we could be early.
I feel like we're on time.
Okay.
I feel like this
We'll go
is
with
the
that
time
then.
to do the show. Welcome to Dart Talk. Dart Talk brought to you by the Dart Zone.
Stay in the zone.
DartZone.com is an official Cosmo distributor. We have fall foliage.
We do. It's nice.
It's going to be officially fall before we do the next show, so I figured.
Oh, is that what it is?
I wanted to get a picture of Conway Farms, and apparently they've got it rigged where you can't use their picture.
Okay.
I mean, I know their course is picturesque and whatnot, and I think I went to a wedding reception.
That is where, in case anybody cares, that is where the next golf tournament is in Lake Forest, Illinois. Third leg of the four-leg PGA FedEx Cup Championship.
The BMW, whatever it is.
Yeah,
whatever. A lot of golfers in town. So, money games. You put me in a money game on Sunday. I was like, are you kidding me, dude? I have not swung.
Well, yeah, but
I haven't played
was
golf
all right.
since we went to Hawaii. I haven't used that putter. Did you notice how short that putter was?
no, I just noticed how long you were hitting the putts.
Yeah, well, talk about having no feel. That would be me. I had fun, though. It was a nice day.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Golf's fun. And it was funny, too, because I was trying to explain to love of my life what my round was like. I'm like, well, I hit some good shots, and then I hit some bad ones. And as the day went on, I progressively played a little bit better. But I had absolutely no feel, and I really couldn't make a putt.
Right.
And I'm standing over the putt like there's no way. I don't even know where to hit it. I mean, I just, by then, I was kind of fried, and I'm like, I always equated putting to hitting outs. You know what I mean?
That kind of makes sense.
So you go to the driving range. I've been to the range a bunch of times. Try to get my swing back and physically be able to swing a golf club, which I thought I did okay with that. But
it's finishing.
Yeah, it's like if all you do is go to a dartboard and pound triple 20s, and then you're like, ooh, I hit 11 ton 80s today. Ooh, I hit 25 ton 80s today. Doesn't mean you're going to win anything.
Right. It's like getting up and down is like throwing your
Getting
your
up
cover
and down
shot
is like hitting the on 121, hitting the fat 11 to leave double bull.
Right.
Right. Those kinds of shots in golf.
Yeah, or the trip 18 on 86 to leave yourself 32, anything like
or
that.
double bull
right.
on 86.
Well, whatever.
But yeah.
But yeah, same thing.
Yeah. So it was, I don't know, it was just kind of fun. Brought back a lot of weird memories. So yeah, so I didn't even bother going to the range. I actually pulled a putter out, and now I'm putting on the carpeting.
At your cats.
At my cats. And I haven't done that, I swear. I haven't, putted, at home since the 80s. Right? When I used to play all the time, I'd kind of leave the putter out of the bag, and, I'd kind of, whatever. It's a dart show. What do we got? We got there's a tournament coming up this weekend. We could talk about a PDC tournament. It's one of those weird ones where the top 16 are automatically in the second round, and then they invite a bunch of people to play. And we've got the list. We can go through that. Also, the Continental Cups this weekend, which is a good thing I didn't qualify because I literally wouldn't be able to go.
Well, right. Well, you could go.
Well, okay. The Cardinals are in town.
Yeah. Which you're not going to.
And there's a high school reunion on Saturday that I have to go to.
Yeah.
I actually took the
But
suit
if you
to
would
the
have
cleaners
qualified,
today.
I'm sure you wouldn't have had to go to the
I
high
don't
school
think
reunion.
No, I would be. I want to go see the Cubs and the Cardinals play.
Right. Well, of course.
I mean, okay, I'll take one for the team and go to the reunion, but I mean, we're in a pennant race, dude. I hate the Cardinals.
The game doesn't mean anything.
What?
They're going to make the playoffs. They're going to be in a one-game playoff against Pittsburgh. The game doesn't mean anything.
It does mean something because we can catch them.
No, you can't.
You can if you beat them.
Okay.
If you sweep them and put them into a tailspin, yeah, you can. Or the Pirates can catch them, and then we can go to St. Louis and play a one-game playoff instead of going to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's got like the best home record in baseball. So maybe it doesn't matter where you play these games. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they lost last year at home. They lost to Bumgarner.
Right.
Right. So, you know, I God, Arrieta's hitting.
But anyway.
All right.
Where is the Continental Cup being held?
That's a good question. I believe it's in Nashville, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't know. I'm not going. But we have the brackets, so we can go over that too. Did you practice at all?
No.
I got to tell you, well, you were over last week.
Yeah.
Do you see where we have the dartboard, right?
I did, right.
We just ordered.
By the way, do you have my bowls?
Well, yeah, one still got the dip in it, sitting in the fridge.
Right.
Was that your dip bowl, the little weird thing?
No, that's yours.
Is that ours?
Yeah.
Okay. What bowls then? Do you have the pot with the artichoke dip?
Right. And then just the stainless steel bowl that had the other dip in it.
Oh, I wonder if that's still in the fridge.
We're
a little behind on eating the leftovers. But I made another Parmesan encrusted T-bone last night.
Nice.
It was good, right?
It was good.
Yeah, okay. I can burn. Well, why did I bring that up? Oh, right. So, we found lights for the dartboard.
Oh, okay.
They attach. We found them online. They attach to the ceiling and they're battery operated because we don't want to run. We got the because we're in a high rise condo in Chicago, so it's like a concrete ceiling.
Yeah.
Right. So okay. Trying to run lights into that thing is a nightmare.
Of course.
Right. And then we don't want to have that little strip that hides, the wires. And then we don't want wires hanging out from the board and have like the little elbow light and all that stuff. So
actually, but I'd like to see what you found because that's actually what I could use because I have no way of putting a light above my dartboard and shining it down.
Well, what we found was a battery operated dual set of LED lights. That kind of it's kind of weird looking, but there's a center thing that goes in the ceiling, and then it's got two little extensions that go off left and right, and then these like super LED lights that you can angle toward the board.
Yeah,
and supposedly it's made for dartboards, and then you tell them depending on the height of your ceiling how low you want it to hang. Right? And
where'd you find them?
Jill found it online. She finds everything online.
Right.
She didn't find me online.
Apparently the cup is at Blueberry Hill.
Oh. Wow.
According to CETO 501 and 9.
Okay. Fine. Whatever. I'm not wild about that venue. I used to go down there every year. I mean, it as far as a bar goes and a bar to play darts in, I think it's fine. I just don't think of it as being like a first class dart venue. And maybe it is. Like
before you continue with this,
should we disclaim something?
The views, opinions, rants, and rampages expressed on Dart Talk do not necessarily reflect individually or collectively those of our sponsors, co-sponsors, wannabe hosts, hearing-impaired critics, or those with a penchant for attitudinal dysfunction. We at Dart Talk strive to provide you, the listener, with an educational, entertaining, and fun-filled experience each and every week. If after the show you, the listener, find yourself feeling uneducated, unentertained, and or bored, we at Dart Talk consider that your own problem.
So top of the 8th with a 1-run lead, second and third 2 out. They let Arrieta bat.
Yeah, they're going to pitch him a complete game.
Oh, ye of little faith when it comes to your bullpen.
Yeah.
It's the 8th inning, and you don't trust anyone in your bullpen to pick up a baseball and get somebody out. Second and third. Wow. Well, it was first and third, and Baez went to second on defensive indifference.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, there's a baseball game going on during the show. And who posted? Somebody posted, our show's 1 hour a week. Can we put everything aside for 1 hour while we do the show? Apparently, we annoyed some people last week.
Well, there were some dings and some blings that I didn't realize it was going to be happening.
Yeah, and we're sorry about that. But basically, what happened was your fantasy draft was supposed to be on Tuesday.
Yeah.
They rescheduled it till Wednesday, and it was either not do the show at all, so you could, do your draft, or try to do both at once.
Or
and
my
you would have
other
gotten
option-
away with it if it wasn't for all the dings.
Right, which they wouldn't have heard if I wasn't running the music. So, yeah, I could have. Anyway.
See, I didn't. Once we started the show, I mean, it was
The only other option would have been
I could have run the music.
Yeah, the only other option would have been me not having a team and just opting out completely.
I mean,
so.
that's
So I figured I'd give it a shot. And
we're
it
sorry
didn't
about this.
necessarily
I
work
mean,
very well.
You guys got to realize though, doing the show. I mean, the show's only an hour a week, but we put way more than an hour into it.
Yeah,
it took us an hour to get here today. With all the
the
traffic and
computer
stuff. I
was
don't
running-
understand, and the computer's running all these updates and stuff. So I mean, we're sorry about it. It probably won't happen again. My fantasy team stunk. Although, I took your advice. I took Todd Gurley. Is he ever going to play?
it's questionable this week. We'll see. He will play for sure.
No, he was pretty
will
good.
be good.
He was pretty good in college. Where are we on time? We're babbling away here. You want to take a quick break, and then
let's
we'll do the
that.
Continental Cup?
Yeah.
All right, this will be a very quick break. You're listening to Dart Talk with Mystery Mark, Steve Tonselmo. We'll be right back.
The views and opinions expressed on Dart Talk are those of the hosts. They in no way should be misrepresented, misinterpreted, or made to claim that the universe is against you, your family, your city, or the darting community at large.
Okay, back for the second quarter of Dart Talk, brought to you by the Dart Zone.
Stay in the zone.
TheDartZone.com is an official Cosmo distributor. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in for another week of Dart Talk. The Continental Cup is going to be held in St. Louis. Did they say whether it's going to be in the Duck Room?
Only one match played at a time. Rumor has it there will be a video stream main floor for the event.
Main floor. Okay. Well, I kind of like the idea that they're going to run one match at a time. It's going to take
but that
a
would
while.
make sense that they're going to video stream it. That's why they're doing it.
Well, without a video stream, I mean, I don't know how you're going to, that's the first step to televising it.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully the stream's good. I mean, there's a lot of people trying to put stuff up on Periscope, on Twitter, and it's just sort of like, if you don't have the bandwidth for it, it comes out really cruddy. That's what we were going to do. Like, we were going to do the pre-show on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and we never got the thing working.
Yeah.
And apparently, they got the bugs out, so maybe we could try that again, because sometimes the pre-show is funnier than the actual show. And then, we don't have to worry about, because it goes away. You don't have to save it.
Okay.
So then, we could just kind of talk, and we don't have to worry about iTunes, explicit tags and whatnot. So that was sort of the plan. Okay, let's run down the matches real quick, and then we could talk about them. The number 1 seed will play the number 16 seed. That's Larry Butler against Bob Seneve.
Interesting.
8 plays 9. Chris White against Danny Lobby the second. 4 plays 13. That's Jason Brandon, the 4 seed, against Mitch Payton. And then to finish the top bracket, number 5, David Fathom against number 12, Dan Olson. We'll run down the bottom bracket. Darren Young's the 2 seed. He's going to play Timmy Nickel. He's the 15 seed. Gary Mawson's the 7 seed. He's going to play James Kinney. John Part is the 3 seed. He plays Dan Lobby Sr. And the 6 seed's Gumby. Ralph McCool's going to play Gordon Dixon. There's a name missing from this. Where is Kyle Schwarber?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Kyle Schwarber's not playing?
Yeah, apparently not.
Well, now that's kind of strange. Well, I'm sure there's a...
He had to qualify, right?
Well, I guess he couldn't make it.
Right. Well, that's too bad. He was throwing well.
Yeah, he's had better results than most, I think, for this thing. He was I think he was top 4 in at least half the events that I can think of.
Yeah, and he won a couple times.
Yeah. Who else is missing? Maybe it's just a bad week for him. Is there something else going on? Is there like a big soft tip thing somewhere?
Not that I know of. But how would I know?
Well, that's kind of strange. Anyway, let's run down the top. You got Larry Butler against Bob Seneve. The senior match, I guess. I wonder if they're going to play him in this order.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, who knows?
You could do.
Do they play the once?
You could do a nice survivor pool on this. You get a bunch of people together.
You could, yeah.
You pick anybody you want, but the minute your guy loses, you're out.
Right.
And then there will be upsets.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I saw Larry play the very first event, which was in Dayton, and he was out in the first round. He started
playing better towards the end of the event.
I don't know about if the leadoff match thing would throw anybody off or not.
What do you mean?
If that's the first match of the event. I wonder if that's an advantage or a disadvantage.
I
don't know.
would hope it wouldn't matter.
Well, they're the only people that know when they're going to start. Which I always liked.
True.
I always liked, okay, if the thing starts at 12 and I'm first up, then I know I'm playing at 12 and I can plan accordingly.
If you're the fourth match in, you...
Yeah, well, then you kind of wander around, you look, and you're like, oh, and then you're going to look, and, okay, on next up, okay, it's 1-1, okay, I figure I got at least 20 minutes, but...
Well, this is what you're saying, the times are listed on the website, but that if they're playing a single match at a time, that's not going to necessarily hold true.
No, but you could probably schedule them every 40 minutes to play 11 legs.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are quicker than others. Larry's not slow. Bob Seneve is probably slower than Larry. Who do you like there?
Well, I actually see Bob upsetting Larry. They played so many times against each other and with, as partners, but I would have to take Larry.
You have to take Larry there. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting. I wonder what odds I would set on this. You'd have to figure Larry's favored. It's a much shorter trip for him.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's kind of hard to pick Bob.
It is.
But I'm sure he's beaten him before.
I wouldn't be surprised if he beat him, though. It wouldn't surprise me at all, but I still would take Larry.
Actually, okay, the next match are 2 of the faster players. I mean, I wish I could throw as fast as Paco, but Chris White and Danny Lobby the second, the 8 and 9 seeds. I don't know. What do you think? Got anything?
No, not really. I mean, I like them both.
It's really youth versus experience on this one.
From what I remember, Chris White was playing well early.
Yeah.
In this thing, and
well,
he's the 8th seed, but
he's been in the money. I think every event he's played, all but one maybe.
I'd take Danny Lobby.
You like Danny Lobby there? It'd be a fun match to watch. That'll be a good one to watch. It'll be quick.
Right.
And, Chris is quick, too. So, I mean, it'll be like, that match won't take 40 minutes. You like Paco there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd take Paco.
Yeah, it's going to be a close match, I think. Jason Brandon versus Mitch Payton. Jason's been... His last 2 events were really good. I think he won one, and he was in the other final or something like that. Mitch has been, kind of solid. He just hasn't been able to get real deep. I think he's had 1 top 4 in the 8 events. So I think Jason be...
Yeah, I mean, I guess...
yeah, he'll be favored for sure.
Hard to know completely. I mean, we don't have exactly how many of these events all of them are played. What their stats are and
right
for everything.
No, well, we've done the results, so I mean,
part,
you could pretty much remember, whose name you kept calling off.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Jason will be favored there. It's good to see Mitch Payton back, playing, though. That's the great thing about the CDC is you've got guys that are really, coming back from the heyday. I mean, Mitch he was like number 1 in America in the 90s.
Oh, really?
I think for like 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, to round out the top half, David Fathom and Dan Olson. That'll be a high-quality match. I think David's had better results overall than Dan.
1 match an hour, apparently.
1 match an hour, so 16 hours to play this? Wow. 1 match an hour. Okay. Well, that'll be interesting.
That's what they're saying.
Well,
so I mean, if they
then everybody will know what time they're playing.
Exactly.
Okay, so then if you're second on, you play at 1. If you're third on, you play at 2.
Right.
If you're 16th on, what are you playing at midnight?
No, there's only 8.
All right, so
there's 16
8
people.
PM,
There's 8
and
matches.
Then are they playing the other ones the next day?
I would assume so.
Okay, well that's kind of interesting.
Well, then you could do the next day. You're down to 8 people. You can have.
Well, you do have.
It would be another 8 hours.
Well, yeah, only 7.
Okay,
right? Because there's 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's. Who do you like between Fathom and Olson?
I don't know. That's tough.
It's a tough call.
Yeah,
it's a tough call. Even though Dan's seeded.
I would lean towards Fathom, but Dan Olson could be scary sitting there in a 12 seed.
Yeah, and this is one of those things where I wish I had talked to Dan before the show because I would think if he's driving to St. Louis from Canada, that's much rougher than hopping on a plane. If Olson was flying in, I would make him almost like even money. But if he's got to drive, I think that takes a lot out of you.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know I'm almost positive Fathom isn't driving from Phoenix.
That would be a long.
That'd be insane.
It'd be a long drive.
All right, so I'm liking Fathom there.
Yeah, I'd probably lean towards him.
Okay. Are you going to be able to remember all this? Okay. Darren Young against Tim Nickel.
Well, I wouldn't go against Darren Young.
Yeah, you really can't.
Spot.
And it's kind of a tough draw for Tim. Tim's played well, and he's played regularly.
Mm-hmm.
But I always think of Timmy more as a cricket guy, as opposed to an 0-1 guy. Where, not that Darren can't play cricket, but Darren's track record in 0-1 is proven. You know what I mean?
Well, sure.
So yeah, he'll be a heavy favorite.
Tough draw for Timmy Nickel, but he was either going to draw Larry Butler, Darren Young, or the 3 seed.
Well, yeah, I mean it's not like
or John Part.
I don't see too many easy draws in this. This is a minefield. Gary Mawson's the 7 seed, going to play James Kinney, the 10 seed. The word I got on James Kinney was that he used to be a pretty good player, and he kind of.
I don't know anything about James Kinney.
He was a pretty good player, I don't know, a while ago, and kind of stopped playing, I think, maybe, I don't know, a while ago, and, real life got in the way, something like that.
Okay.
And now he's back playing. So, I don't know. That's pretty good. 10 seed.
Timmy
Mawson
is on the Masters team.
Timmy is on
Timmy
the Masters.
Nickel? Oh, yeah, we're a little bit, yeah.
On the Masters team.
Well.
Okay.
Some Masters team.
Oh, he can, oh, it says he can play a 1. I know he can play a 1. It's just a matter of, like, I generally see him play high-quality darts. He's playing cricket, not a 1. That's all. That's all I meant by that. It's not a rip on Kinney. Who you like between Mawson and Kinney?
Well, I'll take Gary Mawson just for the sole fact that I know him and I know very little about James Kinney.
Well, I told you, pretty much,
You know.
What I knew about him. Yeah, I'll go chalk there. It wouldn't surprise me, though. I mean, if Kinney won, he did really well the 7th event.
Okay.
Like he lost the final.
Yeah.
In the 7th event,
right.
And then he was out early on Sunday.
The next day, right.
Yeah. Number 3, John Part against Dan Lobby Sr. Couple of international guys. Dan Lobby's played overseas and stuff like that. Played in England back in, the 90s, whatever. I don't know. Hard to go against John Part.
Well, it is.
But he's
he
proven
wasn't
himself
necessarily tearing it up in this thing.
Well,
either,
he's
though,
proven himself vulnerable.
Yeah.
And he has been beat in this format, so it'll be interesting. I know he likes that venue because his pictures on the wall. He used to go down there all the time, and somebody said it was like his favorite place to play.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's got anything to do with it, it's another reason to take John instead of Dan.
I don't know. You look at this list; it's just so hard to pick against the top 3 seeds.
Yeah.
It's just they're most likely going to be there. I'm not saying that none of these guys can beat them, but when you're picking.
Yeah,
I would have to take John.
Well,
there.
I mean, and here's the number 6 seed Ralph McCool is going to play Gordon Dixon. That'll be a late night show.
See, I think that'll be a really good match.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, they've played before,
mm-hmm.
and I'm sure they've gotten each other. I don't know offhand what Ralph's record is lifetime against Gordon, but I think he's, especially in the last couple of years, he's probably gotten Gordon a couple of more times, and Gordon's got him. I don't know if that's true or not. In my head it is, but I don't know if that's actually a fact. That's just the impression I get because, not that I've been around much this year. But okay, so looking at this now, you picked Larry and then either Chris White or Paco.
I took Paco.
You took Paco. Jason, Brandon, we both took him and Fathom. So who do you see?
Well, I went chalk all the way down except for Lobby. And actually, we didn't really say about McCool or Dixon, but
I'll take Ralph.
I'll
take Ralph there. It just seemed, you can't go wrong either way. I think Ralph's played better in these things than Gordon has, but I don't know that that's true either.
Right.
Well, it must be true if he's seated higher. So
true.
Do you want to take Gordon there?
Yeah.
All right. Well, who do you see making the Final Four based on? You just want to go chalk?
Well, I don't want to, but it's hard not to. I'm trying to, in that top bracket, who's going to beat Larry Butler?
Well, I'm thinking Paco, or Chris.
And that, so Paco or it's going to have to be.
I mean, it's kind of weird. But let's say Fathom beats Brandon. Fathom and Butler. I think Butler probably be favored against either of those guys. I think current form, maybe Jason's playing better, but then Larry's been. The guy plays every weekend. I mean,
right.
You're bound to have a bad day.
True.
This is the wrong day to have a bad day, but and then that would be on Sunday. So it's kind of weird. I mean.
Well, it's weird.
See, Larry's probably better at playing good Saturday. I know.
It's the Sunday that you're bound to have a bad match. Now you got to win 3.
Well,
right?
You got to get to Sunday.
Yeah.
So Saturday's a bad day to have a bad day. But for some of these guys, this format where you just play once and you're done for the day and then you come like the next day, I think somebody who plays every single weekend is much likelier to play well, Saturday and Sunday than some of these other guys, right, that may only play like 1 week in a month, right? So I don't know. It's a tough one. You want to go chalk? You think Larry makes the final? be favored to.
I'm
probably.
debating whether to take the upset of Paco beating Larry, but
I'm looking at. I'm wondering if Paco and Jason Brandon can make the Final Four. That's kind of what I was looking at, and then that means Jason's got to beat Fathom.
Yeah,
if Fathom gets by Olsen. But based on the, I like Paco's game. I like the way he plays, and if he gets hot, I mean, he was smoking everybody in Dayton. He blew John Part off the board.
right.
I mean, it's sort of like, and for him, it's an easy commute. It's a short trip.
From?
He's from Southern Indiana. Somewhere.
Oh, okay.
So to get to St. Louis, I think is pretty easy.
Yeah,
I would think. I'm going to do that. I'm going to pick for the top bracket that Paco and Jason get through. What do you got? You're going to go chalk. He'll take Larry. I know you.
Well, yeah, I'll go with Larry and Jason. 1 and 4. Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
I think Arrieta just gave up the lead.
No, he didn't.
It says in play runs.
Oh, I thought it said outs.
No. Okay, so the bottom half now you got.
I was trying to figure who's going to upset.
Who's going to beat Darren?
The top, Darren and John.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. Ralph played John tough. Missed one dart at a double in Dayton, and John beat him. I think Ralph can do it. What? Oh, double play, run scored, 2-2.
Extras?
No, top of the ninth coming. I mean, Mawson. All these guys are good, so I mean, it's not like they can't. It's not one of these things where there's no way this guy's going to win.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, yeah, Darren's going to be favored against everyone except maybe John.
Yes,
right? But
exactly.
If you look at the names, how do Darren and John not make the final?
Right.
Well, because Ralph outplays John, or because Mawson outplays Darren.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I have no clue. But I would say I'd go chalk on the bottom, as much as I like Gumby. I mean, the safe bet would be John and Darren.
Yeah, well, seeing as I would have to, since I took Gordon, that means Gordon has to beat John. Do I think Gordon can beat John? Well, of course, I think he can. Will he? Probably not. So I'd have to take John there, and Mawson beating Darren. No, see, now I hate doing this, but that means I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm chalk City.
So you're taking Larry and Jason,
Darren
at the top?
Yeah.
Wow. How brave of you.
All
right. Well, who's going to win?
Go out on a limb.
Okay, who's going to win? We got to move along because we got PDC to talk about.
Yeah, plus we're due for a break.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Darren.
You like Darren, huh?
Darren in the tougher matchup against John gets by that, and then he'll beat Larry in a close match.
So the final will be Darren and Larry, you think?
Yeah. Imagine that. Chalk.
Yeah, well. I don't know. You know what? I'll say John and Jason in the final.
All right.
And then I think John gets them.
Right.
So I'll take part. And
okay.
I'm only saying this because of what Mitch told me about how John likes playing there.
Right.
So,
well,
okay.
Hey, that information is useful.
It'll be interesting. We will find out this weekend exactly what happens. So you can tune in next week and find out who did what.
There you go.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're listening to Dart Talk with Mystery Mark, Steve Poncielma, and this will be a quick one.
Denmark agrees to adhere to the Geneva Convention in treating fairly its prisoners in their war against lackluster darting administration and behaviour.
Hey, back for the second half of Dart Talk, brought to you by the Dart Zone.
Stay in the zone.
TheDartZone.com is an official Cosmo distributor. Anything in the chat room before we move along here?
No, they
There's
slowed down.
somebody thinking that we don't even read the chat, which
No, they were
that's
given
your job. But
the time updates and everything, and then after that, that was pretty
not
much
a whole
it.
lot. Okay. Nobody in the chat room's making any predictions? Okay.
No, nobody came up with one.
Hard to believe.
I think the Dart Zone would have his own little prediction there, but
he's probably weeping over the Mets since they lost.
Did they lose again?
I'm sure they did. And Washington was up like 8 runs. So Bryce Harper hit his 40th.
Yeah, I saw that.
I've been waiting for Washington to play good all year long, and they have not
I
obliged
think
anyone.
everybody in Washington's been waiting for that.
You know what my younger brother said?
I do not.
We were talking about baseball. Did I tell you he wanted to charge us rent for the show?
Oh, last week you vaguely mentioned it.
Yeah, you know what the rent is?
Yeah.
World Series tickets.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Playoff tickets.
Playoff tickets.
I'm like, I'll cancel the show, dude.
At least one game, right?
Do everyone a favor. We're trying to work something out. Well, what he said, he basically said, though, he didn't want to have to play the Mets because he didn't want it to be 1969 again.
Okay.
And I'm like, dude, you were 4 years old. What do you remember about 1969?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like they beat us in the playoffs. They got hot, and we lost for like 3 straight weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about the Mets. Cespedes, MVP. Give me a break. So the European, what do they call this thing?
Hold on real
Cup.
quick here. We did not mention that DJ Sayer would not be there, but yes, we
we did.
mention because DJ Sayer is Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, Kyle Schwarber and DJ Sayer are a look-alike. Yeah. So
we did bring that up just to let
our regular
the chat
listeners should know that.
Yeah.
So let that be said.
It was mentioned.
Yeah, it was mentioned. So the top-seeded players, let's see, who we got here. Van Gerwen, Michael Smith, Peter Wright, Ian White, Brendan Dolan, Dave Chisnell, Justin Pipe, Mervyn King, Simon Whitlock, Kim Hybricks, Terry Jenkins, Robert Thornton, Vincent Vandevort, Benito Van de Pass, Yelly Clausen, and Stephen Bunting.
This is for what again?
This is a European tour event.
Okay.
So those are the seeds that go into
the second round.
Into the second round, and then all the other people: Alan Norris, Jamie Caven, Gerwin Price, Adam Hunt, Terry Temple, William O'Connor, Darren Johnson, Andy Hamilton, Joe Mernon, Paul Milford, Dean Winstanley, Mark Walsh, Kevin Painter, Darren Webster, Mickey Mansell, Tony Newell, Wes Newton, David Pallett. And then the European qualifiers are Max Hopp, Raymond van Barneveld, Robert Mirajanic, Dimitri van de Berg, Dirk van Duvenbode, Stefan Stoik, and Mike Lagendorf. A lot of Dutch names in there. See, I spared you.
Yes, you did.
I spared you that. I don't know. Michael Smith won over the weekend and beat Van Gerwen.
I did see that. I saw that on a Facebook post.
And apparently
Van Gerwen.
Yeah, Van Gerwen was playing really, really good. Well, this Michael Smith kid, if he gets his head on straight.
And he's how old?
Oh, God, 22?
21, 22.
These kids coming up, I think they have some sort of advantage not having a life. You can't really have much of a life at 21.
Right.
Unless you get married really, really young. Right? So, they've been living at home and just playing darts.
And they're very good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. They're going to live stream it. I thought I'd mention it. I have no idea who's going to win.
What it said all matches are 11 leg, best of 11.
Best of 11.
Best of 11. So
the race to 6 thing. I don't know. I still wish they would go back to the sets they used to do, but I think this is quicker and a little easier. Yeah, Strope's in there. Leadoff single. That figures. Joe Maddon's going to have some explaining to do. Leaving Arrieta in there.
It's hard to, pick who's going to win this when, you got to wait
for
the, you don't know who's playing who yet.
Well, yeah. I mean,
you got to wait for the second round to list.
The one thing is you don't pick Taylor. I mean, it'd be some interesting matches. If it follows the chalk and Bunting has to play Van Gerwen, I mean, I think he'll be shell shocked. Yelly Clausen and Michael Smith be a fun match to watch.
Yeah, but it won't follow the chalk.
Well,
even though I seem to pick chalk.
It's easy to pick chalk.
I
mean, it's like tennis. Djokovic won the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
I mean, were you surprised that he beat Federer?
I was not.
And I'll tell you, Federer, the most elegant, acrobatic. The guy's got the best feet of anybody I've ever seen. He's like Nijinsky. Not that I ever saw Nijinsky, but having played tennis in college and stuff, I'm amazed at how that guy moves. His ankles must be just made of like all his steel tendons and stuff. It's amazing. So what else do we got?
I have no idea what that was.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. That little bit.
Yeah.
I think I do. I think it came from here.
Oh, from the CDC?
Yeah, let me get rid of that. Well, because, I had it up there.
Yeah.
So we've only been on for 30 minutes? Is that right?
No.
Okay. Well, this thing is wrong, too, then. Is anything working right
Yeah,
anymore?
no, we've been on for 48 minutes.
48 minutes?
Yeah, 47.
47? All right, well, let's take our last break then.
So, yeah, we started at 8:43.
8:43? Okay. Well, we'll take a quick break and we'll wrap up the show. You listen to Dart Talk with Mystery Mark, Steve Panaselman. We're a little distracted, but we'll be right back.
You are now and forevermore warned that you consume this show at your own risk, and that Dart Talk cannot be brought to justice in any court or by any government, including and not restricted to the grand spaghetti monster of the Triple 20.
Okay, back for the fourth quarter of Dart Talk, brought to you by the Dart Zone.
Stay in the zone.
DartZone.com is an official Cosmo distributor. I never got to finish the thing about our Dart area, right? So we ordered this light, for the board because of, it's
lighting issues.
Easier than throwing in the dark. Like during the day, it doesn't really matter because we get a lot of light. Then she orders this folding Aki that is like that you walk on.
Yeah.
So it's going to look almost like the key of a basketball court.
So does the Aki go all the way to the wall?
All the way to the wall.
Oh, really?
And then it's got like, where's the camera? It's about this thick at the front. And
okay.
So I'm measuring it, and it turns out that because the board comes away from the wall.
Mm-hmm. And then you got to worry about the trim.
Well, there is none because it goes under the like the radiator thing.
Oh, okay.
Right, so it goes flush against the wall.
Okay.
It turns out it needs to be exactly 8 feet.
Right.
Because it's 7, 9 and a quarter.
It's 2 3/4 from the back of the board to the
2 3/4.
Right.
Yeah. Did you ever notice that before?
Yeah. I knew that.
You knew that.
The problem is every time you set an Aki up, there's always the baseboard you got to worry about.
Well, right,
so you
exactly.
Got that,
right.
And if there's the shoe and all that stuff, you always have to take all that into consideration. Or you put the tape up above the baseboard, but then it's on an angle, so you're not in exact.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
so it turns out we don't have a baseboard because our baseboard consists of like this. It looks like a baseboard, but it's actually a radiator that goes the length of the wall,
now,
but doesn't go down to the floor.
Does your roll-out Aki go underneath the radiator?
Yeah, it goes under the radiator. Yeah, it works
wide
perfect.
Enough to,
no, it's only 10 millimeters high.
Yeah, but width-wise, it's
the
radiator's
I don't know.
bigger than that.
No, the radiator's the length of the wall.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's not the old radiator. It's like a base thing.
Sure.
So I'm thinking I can play, if I want, I can now play the, whatchamacallit, the webcam darts.
Oh.
Because now I have, because before it was really awkward to set up the tripod and get the camera, where it needed to be, and still be able to grab my darts and walk around without knocking anything over.
Well, how's this going to help you from knocking things over? Because you have a straight line to walk on?
No, because I have more room now to put the camera. I can move the camera further away from the alley where I'm walking, right? Because I take my darts out with my left hand and I'm going to exit to the right.
I get that,
so
but just because you actually have something to walk on, how does that all of a sudden now you realize where you can put the camera? Wouldn't you have known that before?
Well, that doesn't have anything to do with the camera.
Okay.
The fact that we're getting this Aki that you can walk on. It's just going to look really cool.
Okay.
And I'm thinking it may inspire me to practice more.
Right.
I actually did practice. And it's I wanted to go back to my old...
It's going to be better than the tuft of matching carpet that was your old Aki.
Yes, with the double stick tape.
Yeah.
And every now and then one of my cats just decides to go running
Attack
around
it.
and it just digs it up and find it upside down. That cat knocked over an ottoman the other day.
Wow. Well, yeah,
and it's knocking over my putter for fun.
Right.
And it doesn't like the putter. It used to curl around and chew on those little souvenir baseball bats too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an athletic cat. No, but I was thinking maybe I would start doing that like next month.
Right.
It's ordering stuff from Europe is a pain. Right. And then,
as opposed, what is this? Where she ordered? She ordered.
Yeah,
this
this
stuff
is
from
this.
Europe?
Yeah, well, no, the lights are from the States, but the Aki is from Europe, and these guys make. It's supposed to be adjustable, so I don't know why you would want to carry one around.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe if like you're doing exhibitions or something, right? Then you would bring this to like whatever venue you're doing the exhibition, and then lay it all down, and then
So at the end of the Aki where you're standing, it's raised.
Raised, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 20
an inch
millimeters
or so or
high.
whatever. Okay.
Well,
Is it solid or is it like foam? Is it
No, it's like some sort of compressed particle board. I don't know.
Sure.
I mean, I hope it doesn't crack when you walk on it. That would sort of defeat the purpose. But
and then does it just like fold in like 3-inch little lats?
No, it folds in like 3-foot sections or something like that. So I don't know quite how that's going to work.
It'd be hard to travel with, right?
Well, 3 feet.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
I mean,
but
display cases and stuff like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll fit in the trunk of your car,
right,
or in the boot.
But it actually sounds very convenient. But is it adjustable to the fact so? Is the thing actually 8 feet?
It's adjustable to 8 feet.
And
they have it rigged where you can, if you need an extra here or there, you can get rid of it somehow.
Okay,
I don't know.
I didn't order it.
I don't handle it. I have
you haven't
people
seen it
for
yet.
this.
Right.
I've seen picture.
Yeah, right. But you guys don't actually have it yet.
No.
Right. Okay.
Because we had to figure out first if it could be 8 feet long, because that's longer than the normal Aki for a steel board. And I don't know why anybody would want one for soft tip. I guess, then it would be even shorter, because the soft tip machines have a base that's forward of the face of the board. So if it was soft tip, it would have to be less, right? So anyway, I'll post a picture. I'm actually going to have a very cool area to play at home now.
Yeah,
which
it sounds
is,
like.
I'm actually a little geeked up for that. I don't know about the webcam darts thing. The last time I played it, like the guy's like, "Can you turn your music down?" And I'm like, that was the whole point to me playing.
Right.
So now I got to worry about this, that, and the other thing is, and we got rid of like some of the stuff that was in the way. So what I need,
you have a wide open area now.
Yeah, it's totally. I don't know where to put the camera, because I would hate to. I'll work it out.
You could put the camera on the table.
Yeah, because you have to have the laptop on the table, because you have to have, you got to be online, and
no, you don't.
Some
you
version
can put
of
the laptop
it's not
on a
Skype,
TV tray over to the right. Just have the camera off by itself, and then you go around and you turn around and you walk to the laptop.
Well, the camera's got to be connected to the laptop, though. So then,
let's just an extra cord running the other way around.
No, I'll just put the laptop on the table. Yeah, I don't know. People must be wondering what the heck this show's all about. No, but the practicing's kind of.
It'll be interesting though. But if you could get back into it with a nice setup like that.
Well, my goal is to be ready to play the first of the year. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to go to the Chesney. I mean, if you want to go to Myrtle Beach at the end of October, I mean, I'm hoping I won't be able to make it. I'm hoping that, Game 4 of the World Series is Halloween.
Okay.
I'm hoping I'm going to go dressed as a Cub fan to the ball game.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see. I mean, you got to get in first.
Well, they're getting in.
You
have to get by the one-game playoff. That's going to be big, because after that you get into
that's
a long
such
series.
a crapshoot.
I know. That's what I mean. Then you get into the nice long series with good pitching staff.
Best of 5 is not a long series,
no,
but I mean, I think that series should be best of 7.
I think they both should be.
The best of 5.
When you change the rules and all of a sudden have these one-game playoffs, you should be able to go in. You should be able to go into a best of 7 after that.
Well, I get why they're doing it, but there's only so many days in a season. They don't want to do double headers and all this stuff. Now you're scheduling World Series games in November.
Right.
I mean, it's a long year already. Anything in the chat room before we wrap it up?
A question: will it work on carpet or only hardwood? No, you have carpet, so it would work on.
Yeah, I would assume it would work on hardwood.
Right.
I just think it just reminds me of like, and we were going to do this anyway. I originally was like, why don't we cut out like an area and put hardwood in?
Just for the
And then we could also stick an Aki up there, like a removable one. And I thought that would actually look cool to have a hardwood cutout. But now she's talking about having hardwood all the way through.
Well,
so
that would be nice.
I think hardwood's easier to take care of. Carpeting, especially if you have pets, carpeting's hard to deal with.
Well, I mean, she's been there for so long. The carpeting's old. I mean, it needs to be replaced eventually anyway, so you might as well go with hardwood.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
You got the nice tile entrance.
The problem is when you're throwing darts, I don't like hardwood floors. I don't like tile. I don't like, if your dart hits the ground, at least the carpeting,
Yeah, well,
you're not going to break
down.
anything. Yeah, but that looks ugly. Put like one of those mats down, those like rubber mats. Those are hideous looking. This is basically my living room.
Put it down only when you throw darts. And then put it in the closet. It's not like you have company over all the time that they're going to notice.
That's funny. That they're going to notice.
Where's a good place to buy darts?
Where's a good... Well, the dartzone.com.
Dartzone.com
is an excellent place to buy darts.
Quite the selection.
Yes. You can't get redwoods there, but, If you
Yeah,
if you
maybe
want Redwoods,
eventually.
you got to email the show. Wow, 3-0. They pitching around Castro.
Yeah.
First base open.
Yes.
Next week we'll have.
That would be our best answer, though. Yes, the Dart Zone.
Next week we'll try to get somebody from the Continental Cup to come on the show and talk about it. I think I can get somebody.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they're able to stream every match and how that goes.
I thought somebody posted that there was no live stream. It's hard to stream live. The Red Eye Rhino guy, Charles Johnson, I think his name is, runs around with like portable hotspots and stuff like that. I mean, you actually, in order to stream it live, you need bandwidth.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I don't know how much you really need to get a good high quality stream out there. You need, I'm thinking 6 meg upload should do it if you want to like stream in high def. And 16 hours. I mean, that's pretty expensive. These portable hotspots. I mean, they charge you a fortune.
That's right. I remember
for that kind of thing. Right. So that would be the issue.
16 hours. That would be right.
Well, even if you interrupted it and it was you only showed the actual matches, you're still talking about 8, 15, 16 hours of uploading at 5 meg. I mean, that's going to cost you.
Yeah.
So I mean, down the road, if they get sponsorship, that they should be putting their money, maybe invest in one of those things, because the technology to stream it's not that hard. I mean, to stream it really well, where you're going to have like multiple cameras and stuff like that. Like David Irete knows how to do it, but in that bar, and then you've got to control the lighting and all this stuff. I mean, to create a quality stream, that's not going to be easy. I mean, if you look at kind of like what the PDC did with these kind of like these matches that had no fans that they just streamed online,
right?
I mean, the darts were okay, but it's just so weird without the fan involvement. It was so different watching these guys play. It was almost like weird little side room practice matches.
Yeah.
You don't want that. I mean, you have to involve people to show and to get fans involved. I mean, that's where we've been at.
It was like the White Sox game after the Baltimore riots where they played a game with nobody in the stands.
Yeah, no one in the stadium, and it was just weird.
It was weird.
You could actually, the guys hitting could hear the announcers from the press box describing the game. It's like, dude, that's not going to sell. You need fans. So hopefully, they get all the leagues in St. Louis to come watch, so you have some fans.
Sure.
Some people screaming and yelling. Side bets.
Right. Right.
I don't know.
Well, that always makes it interesting.
Anyway, so we'll talk about that next week. We'll give you the results from the PDC, and we'll come up with something else. But thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and we will Dart Talk to you next week. Everybody take care.